Hello, this is Sword and Shield, my team's submission for the Westminster Games Jam 2019. We received the Most Technical Achievement Award, and my role for this Games Jam was basically a programmer. I did the boss sequence, everything dealing with the boss, and the puzzles. So I'm just gonna go briefly on the puzzles and the boss instead of a whole overview of the game. This is the first puzzle you see in the game, and you'll also see this puzzle again in the boss room. The puzzle is quite simple. This sword has to step in the specific sword tile, which is this one here. He activates the puzzle, which enables a pattern to come out, and then the shield has to step it in that specific pattern for the puzzle to be solved. Oops, I got the wrong one. Can I set this one? And then if you basically step out of if the sword steps out of the room, then it deactivates the puzzle, or if you get the first one wrong, you deactivate the puzzle. So to update it again, you would have to step back on it again. So the way I'm doing it is quite simple. The shield tiles are stored in an array, and if every time the puzzle gets activated, then it shuffles the array element. So every time the pattern plays, it's like a new pattern and it's run. So every time the puzzle gets activated, then it shuffles elements and so on. And how I'm checking if the player is correctly, standing in the correct tiles at the correct order is basically I'm sending an int to a method, and then it checks an int. For example, the first tile in the array will be int 0, will be number 0, and then it basically sends that, and then the puzzle has checks how much tiles have been activated. Right, so if it starts at -1, and then if I go to tile 0, it sends it in 0, then those tiles, the number of tiles activated plus, so then it would be 0. So if it's equals, then it's correct as a correct one, and then it continues on, and then it checks, and then on the final day it checks, okay, so it's 0, so then the other one will be 1, and the other one will be 2. So then so when it's 2, it checks, okay, so if the number of tiles activated is 2, then and that equals the size of the the last element of the array, then this puzzle was activated successfully, which enables doors to come down. So that's pretty much for puzzle number 1. Okay, this is puzzle number 2, and again you can see more more sword tiles, and each one are specific for the sword. So they can be activated by the sword, and what they do is that if you activate it, then specific doors basically become undone, and this is basically just to make your way as a shield to collect the potion in the end. So I won't go through it because it's a little time consuming. But that's basically my idea. You have to check basically which just get across. Okay, so this is the boss room. As you can see, it's the same puzzle as we saw earlier, but the difference is that there's one extra tile, and also instead of opening the gate, what this does is it shoots an orb to the boss, which knocks down the boss and enables you for the sword to run up to him and deal damage. You cannot deal damage before, like, without the boss being knocked down, and also the boss gets up fully back up, and once you do the damage, and starts attacking you again. And if you don't run up to the boss and attack it, then he gets back up, and you basically has to redo that phase. You cannot also do more damage than intended to for each phase, and there's only 3 phases. So once you kill it in the third phase, then you win the game. So let's show it in the game. And The boss basically just stays there and attacks you with fire. For the projectiles, I also did. Oh man, I did wrong. Alright. For projectiles, I'm pulling the projectiles, so be more efficient that way. Oh man. Gotta focus. Alright. Go ahead and place the orbs. Place at the middle. Place the boss, and you can connect it. Cool. Cool. That's phase 1. Let's just reading you again. The time for the puzzles, the pattern it shows you is quicker, so okay, easy enough. You want to focus with dodging, you sometimes forget which one is the other. So sometimes it can be a little bit challenging. Okay. This is the last phase. Looks like coincidence. We got to be the same. Is it the same time? No, actually this is different. Oh. Whoops. Um, hmm, no. Um, this blocks of fire as well. That's on the boss. That's it. Boom, boom. There we go. So that's was pretty much the game. It's like the mini screen glitching, but that's what I did. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching.